Hi, everybody. So if you are here, you are already at the portion where you're going to start messing around with the simulation. You would have already done the prior knowledge questions, kind of figuring out the thing with the lizards and the rocks, right? You had a dark lizard on a dark rock, and then you had a light colored lizard on a dark rock. And so what would have been the likelihood that they're nabbed by that hawk that's flying around looking for some food? Okay. And so then you move on to the next section. And the next section is called the Gizmo warm up. Okay. It's going to ask you a question about parrots and being able to survive in Antarctica. Right. And I put together this silly picture. But you're going to start now by messing around with the backgrounds of this gizmo that your teacher assigned. So depending on who your teacher is, you will either access that through Clever itself, or you're going to access it through Google Classroom. Okay. So either way, you're going to get to the gizmo that says evolution, it says mutation and selection. Okay. So this is called the control pane. This whole thing is called the control pane. Now you'll notice that down in the left-hand side, there's something called natural selection. It means that we haven't messed around with anything. This is what would happen in a natural environment. Okay, because that's important, because we can mess with things and change that whole thing, but this is naturally occurring. Okay, so you have a picture here and you have a picture of beetles, and this is the background that the beetles are on, whether it's a leaf or whatever it is, grass, whatever. Okay, and so what you can do in this part of this gizmo is you're asked to find out, first thing, what is the average fitness? Well, the average fitness is denoted down here on this pane. Okay, and then the second part of it says on the controls pane, experiment with the background colors. And so these are sliders, so you can move these back and forth, and notice that when you move these back and forth, the background color changes because you're adding more red to it. Okay, you can add more blue, you can change whatever you want, but notice that these numbers also go up. These numbers are the numbers that are going to get recorded on your data sheet. Okay, so your first goal, so A says to get this number as high as possible. So remember, the higher the average fitness, the more organisms that are going to survive. And if they survive, they reproduce, right? And so that's the big thing in a species, is being able to pass on your genetic information. And so so on part A, you need to get this number the highest you can by combining the slides, see what you can get as the highest. And then the second part for part B is to get those slides, move them back and forth to get the fewest survivors, right? So that average fitness, the percentage would be lower. Okay, so remember, you're sliding these back and forth, and this is what you're going to use to record on your data sheet. Have fun.